to make a video showing the progress of the stuff that I've planted out here on my 2 acres. I've been here for coming up on a year now, and I planted a lot. When I first got here, everything was ripped out. There was no grass in most of the areas, and a lot of mud was flowing. So I wanted to go through, show some of the plants, some projects that I've done, and some future projects. Alright, so down here in the front yard, we've got what's going to be the little orchard. I have a Orient pear planted here. I bought these at the place my sister works at. We also have 2 apple trees. I planted this one at the same time as the pear. It's a dwarf. It's a Granny Smith apple tree. And then I bought this one just the other day, and I still need to plant it. It's an Arkansas black apple. And I'm gonna line them up right here. I want to put 5 or 6 fruit trees in here, but I need to get someone in to take out that humongous pine because it really cuts the sunlight back. So this one hits the shade at like 5 in the afternoon, and it could be better. First thing I planted was this little magnolia tree right on the side of my driveway, and it didn't do so well. I think I fertilized it too much. I planted it when it was too hot, dug the root ball too small. But we've got some growth coming out here, and this little sucker's doing pretty well. I first saw a leaf there, right here, and was like, wow, it's gonna make it. And since it's grown a lot more leaves, all this is completely dead. And that's pretty much all that I've planted on the front yard. I've got a gardenia there that fell over that's still in the pot. I need to plant that in front of the AC unit. Then here's my little backyard that's gonna be a paradise soon. I park right up here. I'm gonna level this out. I'm gonna ask my neighbor to, he's got a big old earth mover digger thing. I'm gonna ask him to get this scooped out so it's flat. Once that's flat, I'll put in probably some kind of retaining wall or some rocks up there. And then I'm building this into a patio. This needs a lot of work, but right here will be 2 flat areas with a drainage because a lot of water collects in this little basin. Back here, I had Dad came over one day and he built these stairs. Even with the high wood prices, they're still worth it. It was about $250. But being able to walk and not have to go around and drop down to the car, worth it here. I just took some stone from the bottom of the driveway, put it here so it doesn't get muddy as a patch until I can get this patio done. We put in a little boxwood here. It's from the Lowe's section, and it's doing okay. Half of it's not happy, but half of it looks pretty good still. It's been in for a few months. So this area gets crazy hot. People don't believe me when I tell them how hot it gets, but right now the temperature is like 60 on the weather app, and right now we're looking at just under 110. Like, it gets hot here, and that's because this spot gets sun all day, and I've got the brick that heats up and it gets really hot. So hopefully, to combat that a little bit, I've got my cherry blossom tree that'll grow up and provide a little more shade for this area, but I don't know what I'm gonna do about up here. I've had some tomato plants for a while. They're probably done now that it's been below freezing the last few days, but we've got some late November tomatoes. And there's some more sprouting up over here. I'll probably rip these out this weekend or next weekend or something. These were the original stairs, and the first stuff I planted, nothing's very happy because of the frost. First stuff I planted, my sister gave me this elephant ear. I was like, it's gonna get big, and it's lower than my knee at the highest point right now. But then I found these at Lowe's, and I bought some bulbs. They're donezo, but they were pretty massive. They got pretty big, and that really filled in this spot and made it not so. This was just grass, mud, and weeds when I got this place. So I put in a layer of lava rock to keep the grass away from the house. Put some bricks around the lava rock, and then planted a line of elephant ears. And then we put in this path. And this was the most fun project so far. So there's tons, literal tons of rocks that I have to go find, get from everything I could find in the yard and back in my property in the woods over there. Got all those. And then all these wood chips I got on Facebook Marketplace. And I still have a bunch left, but this walkway needs some more work. I put in 2 6-inch drainage pipes down here, and that's because this area fills up with water, and the water really starts ripping through that. But let's see the plants over here. And I ran out of room on this side, so they've got their own driveway and everything. The neighbor's driveway goes right up there, and they can see like the driveway and everything here. So I put in 2 Murray cypresses and 3 Leland cypress, and I know those will get massive, but I will probably, hopefully, cut them once they get to like 20 feet at the top and just keep them at that height. We'll see if I can do that, I'm not sure. And we've got my angry bananas. They're not loving the frost. Look at these guys. These guys are not happy. And for everyone that's gonna say you can't grow bananas in Georgia, it gets too cold. I know that's not true. These guys, I bought these from a guy that's local who's been growing his for like 4 years or something. I'm not sure what to do in the winter. Do you cut them or what? I'm gonna have to look that up, but I bought these guys little tiny things just in a grocery bag. He dug them up. They're little sprouts, and they've done pretty well. And I got this wire fence going around so the deer don't get them. It's like yesterday I walked out and there was like 5 deer over there or something. The deer also demolished my roses. I have 4 of these knockout roses, and I got these for $3.75 each. They were all on sale at Lowe's, so I put them all in a row here. And I have neighbors who have a bunch of knockout roses that don't get killed by deer. So I don't know what happened here, but something. On this side, we got the boxwood back over there, and on this side, I put in a green arborvitae. Should get like 6-8 feet tall. Block some of that sun and the heat from the porch. A bunch of little planters I got on Marketplace. A goose missing a head. We've got Mr. Turtle here. I'm gonna have to put some flowers or something in his back this next spring. This walkway, it's about a foot to 1.5 feet up. These massive rocks. Some of these are so heavy I can't lift them. I just had to grab them with a strap and drag them. Or this one right here, I had to winch into the back of my truck up my motorcycle ramp. My neighbor drove by and saw me doing it because it was from the front yard. He's like, "What are you doing?" And we got my granite steps, another Marketplace find. I think I paid like $160 for these. Got 8 steps, and they're solid granite, but they're like 400 pounds each. I put these 2 in. I base it with dig down and base it with crusher run, and that gets me up from the walkway from my door to the barn. We also have this little palm. Got for like $7 at Lowe's on the discount rack. It's supposed to be dead because it's been below freezing, but it still looks okay. We'll see if it makes it. I was gonna bring it inside, but when I repotted it into the inside pot, a ton of bugs ran out. So she's done for. Put in a little, what's this, crepe myrtle? Here on the corner. Hopefully that will fill out and block a little bit of the view from my porch to the neighbors and just make it visually nice. We got my podocarpus $5 Lowe's find because it's broken here, but it seems to be doing well. I planted a little higher here. This area I let the grass grow up pretty tall. So we'll see how this one does over the next year. The barn blocks almost all the light here, so it might be happy in the shade. Then I've got this thing which I have never planted. I don't know what this is. Little shrub. Half of it's dead. This is like $5 at Lowe's again. I think you see a common theme here. The remaining stone, I made this little bench. It's a 700-800 pound bench. And there will be a Japanese maple right here. But first, this big limb here is dead. And I gotta get that taken out because it'll fall, hit the barn, hit the Japanese maple. And this Japanese maple was not cheap. Here it is. It's a sangu, what is it called? Sango kaku, something like that. Really nice leaves. And it's got this curve to it. So it curves over that where that bench will be. And it's really pretty. When I bought it, it still had a bunch of leaves. The leaves aren't so happy right now, but they're falling off. They're getting ready to go. The tree's getting ready to go to sleep. And a bonus in this tree is filled with little podocarpus. There's what, 2, 4, 6, 20 of them in there. So I'll spread those out and see if they grow. We got these two arborvitaes. I bought those to plant in the front. Had them so long and just put them right there. Don't know why. And then we got a couple of pots of magnolias back here. Got 4 little magnolias growing right here. Just trying to keep them happy. Something's eating this one, but they're doing well. I've had them back here for at least 4 months. Sitting on my truck topper, staying warm. And that's pretty much the outdoor projects. I can't wait to turn this back area into more of a patio. I really enjoy being out here, and now that it's winter, there's more traffic noise, but with all the leaves in, it stays pretty quiet back here. That's how we're looking after the first year. There's been a lot of stuff that I found on sale for deals and stuff, and I've enjoyed planning here and turning this place into more enjoyable than just grass. Right here was, on my driveway, was just like every time it rained, the mud just washed down the hill. So all this grass came in, and it was seeded right before I bought the house. So I'm glad to see that all came in. I've got a lot more work to do on it. This path needs to be finished. I'm also building a kitchen on my side of the house, doing a lot of projects here, but it's been pretty fun. You don't have to. I found that like writing music and making videos and stuff always has fulfilled my want to do something creative, and working outside, making the paths and everything, that really fulfills the need to be creative, because it's fun to see the progress, and I still am perfectly content. So it's cool to have something else to work on that's creative. But yeah, that's the video. Thanks for watching.